What is going on at Epic Universe? Nothing that is happening makes any sense. Hello everybody, welcome. Low ticket sales, no wait times, early entry changing every single day, and could we be getting Epic Universe annual passes earlier than we expected? Epic Universe is officially open and literally nothing has been going according to plan, or has everything actually been going perfectly to plan? Today we are going to get to the bottom of it all and talk about what we can expect in the coming weeks. First, I want to talk about something that I've been keeping track of on a daily basis, and that's early entry and the attraction openings and wait times. Early entry is 1 hour prior to normal opening time for hotel and resort guests of Universal. And the only attractions that are supposed to be open during that 1 hour window are all of Super Nintendo World, so Yoshi's Adventure, Minecart Madness, and the Bowser's Challenge there, that Super Mario Kart attraction. And in addition, Stardust Racers in Celestial Park. Now, of course, the possibility of opening a little bit earlier prior to the hour early opening has always existed, and typically theme parks do this. They end up letting you in a little bit early. It depends on how ready the park is everybody there, are the attractions running smoothly. Sometimes if, let's say, early entry is at 9 o'clock, they may even let you in at 8:30 or 8:45 because the park is pretty much ready for you. Now, they have been changing it periodically for Epic Universe. Sometimes regular guests are permitted into Celestial Park, but then they get stopped at the portals and they can't get through the portals in order to do the attractions. Sometimes they basically wall you off in that front part of Celestial Park and they don't let you through unless you're a resort guest. And other times it seems like they're just letting everybody through regardless of having a resort stay or not. But for the most part, you can count on that first hour of early entry giving you a leg up on everybody else in the park. Really that 1 hour window of time to get as much done as possible before the gates are open and the hordes are unleashed. However, as I said, I've been watching how this is going, and I will tell you, I have consistently been seeing that the early entry attractions, Super Nintendo World, Stardust Racers, have not been open, and other lands or portals and attractions have been open. Whether that is because it is down and just not working yet, or if an entire area is blocked for some reason, they have been opening other portals instead. So for example, instead of Super Nintendo World opening early, all of a sudden it's Dark Universe that day. Very weird stuff happening, and I'm assuming it's because they're having issues with the attractions. So everything's not normalized yet. So this makes it really hard to plan what to do upon arrival because it's not consistently the same. So while you may have been thinking, hey, I'm gonna hit Minecart Madness right out of the gate, you may see that it has a delayed opening, and then you look and you see Hiccup's Wing Gliders and How to Train Your Dragon, which isn't even supposed to be open for another hour, is all of a sudden open. I recently did some videos on planning for your path and how to get the most out of your day, depending on a few variables. I still don't think those videos are great, and I would definitely watch them. I'll link to it below if you're interested in planning. However, just for the first few weeks of Epic Universe opening, I don't know that those plans are going to be great. They'll give you an idea, but everything just keeps changing so much, it's impossible to plan. So for these first couple of weeks or even months, you're going to have to be ready to sort of like make some, like call some audibles, right? In football, like you have to make some on-the-spot decisions when something isn't working that's supposed to be there. So for now, my recommendation is study, plan, watch my videos, but at the end of the day, be ready to wing it. I still believe that you should not bolt to Ministry of Magic, Battle with the Ministry. I would not bolt straight there. That has been a big problem. I would definitely worry about doing that attraction later in the day. I still think you should try for Super Nintendo World. If everything is operating well, that should be your starting point. So this now leads me to my second point that I want to talk about is what exactly is going on with wait times, ticket sales, what's happening. I still consistently am seeing lower wait times in the attractions than you would be expecting. Now, we know for a fact they capped capacity for opening day, and they are continuing to cap capacity over the next few weeks. They will be slowly increasing capacity over the next couple of weeks and months. So realistically, the best time to come to Epic Universe is right now, not a month from now, not 2 months from now, but right now, because they have not fully increased capacity yet. We were expecting by now to already see really much higher wait times, especially with Memorial Day weekend coming in there after grand opening, but they've still been very reasonable. Just to talk a little bit about grand opening day, they were expecting around 10 to 12, I'd say 1,000 people to be at grand opening day based on ticket sales, based on their capping of capacity. They only ended up getting maybe 5,000 to 6,000. And just to give you a comparison point on attendance, what does that mean? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, what should we be expecting? Let's talk a little bit about other theme parks and what their capacity is to give you an idea. Magic Kingdom on average sees about 40 to 50,000 people in attendance at their park on a daily basis. So Epic Universe Grand Opening Day, 5,000 people. Magic Kingdom on an average day, 50,000 people. Imagine going to Magic Kingdom and getting 10 times less people in the park that is there, and that's what your experience at Grand Opening Epic Universe would be. Epcot, for example, sees about 25 to 30,000 visitors per day. And then Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom both see about 25,000 visitors per day on average. Now, we are expecting Epic Universe to increase capacity to around 10 to 20,000 people per day from a capacity standpoint. So you're talking, if you go to Magic Kingdom and you would think maybe 1/5 to, maybe 1/2 of the attendance of what a normal Magic Kingdom day would be over the next few weeks. And then by July, we're expecting to eventually land in the 20,000 plus capacity at Epic Universe. My understanding is they're going to see how that goes as they continue to increase capacity. They're going to see how crazy is it? Are they equipped to handle everything properly? Are they able to keep the attractions running? Are they able to do food service well? Are they able to manage the crowds properly? The parking situation? And then based on how that goes, they're going to slow down the increasing of capacity, or they're going to speed it up. So this is really interesting to me, that what Universal has done, because at the end of the day, if you think about Universal, they've decided that they are going to prioritize the experience over money.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
What? That's crazy talk. Think about the customer's experience instead of how much money can we get from these people? That's crazy. I don't know what other theme parks do that, but this is what Universal has decided to do. We want to prioritize the experience and guest service over money in our pockets. However, I do want to caveat this by saying I don't think that's the whole story. I also believe that they are in conjunction with lowering capacity, I also believe they are still not seeing the ticket sales that they were hoping that they were going to get. There are still tons and tons of tickets available for Epic Universe. I mean, almost every day for the next few months is just plenty of tickets left. So all the hardcore, diehard enthusiasts like myself have already gone to the park in the first week or so of Epic Universe, but all the normal people out there who are like, I'll get to it when I get to it, they're not going yet, and they're just not seeing the numbers they were expecting. And I think Universal is misunderstanding how much they are reliant on annual pass holders for their business model. A lot of people who go to Universal have annual passes, and it is a big part of the mix of who goes there. And because that's not available, and people are just like, I don't want to pay, I don't want to buy a 2, 3, 4, 5 day bundle and only get to go to Epic Universe one day. I want to go to Epic Universe a few days. And annual pass holders are like, I don't want to spend money for a 2 to 3 day package to Universal Islands because I can already go there. It's included in my pass. I don't want to pay for a single day ticket because single day tickets had sold out for that first few days and they couldn't do it. I'm gonna give you a quick example. My children, they couldn't get a single day ticket because they ran out so fast, and we were trying to get single day tickets for them to be able to attend on Thursday. And we had to buy a 3-day pass to Universal just so they could go with the rest of the family. I mean, we're going to have like 20 people there. And we had to buy a 3-day pass just so they could go the one. They already have annual passes. So that was crazy that I had to do that because they were the tickets were not available because they were capping it. So Universal is still very heavily reliant on annual pass holders. I also know a lot of people who have asked for refunds. They decided not to go on opening day because they went to the previews and the soft launches, or they were hearing a lot of negativity about rides being down and attractions not working. And so they decided to push their vacations back. And so a lot of refunds and things were happening for opening day tickets. So I really think that the previews hurt them when it comes to ticket sales here in the beginning. I also want to address opening day specifically. Let's be honest, the grand opening day for Epic Universe, it wasn't really the grand opening day for Epic Universe. They let off a few sparklers during the day, sold a t-shirt that said, opening day, and then they called it. They called it a day. They were like, that's our grand opening celebration. It really was the most anticlimactic opening day for any theme park in history, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure there's been more fanfare of the opening of a brand new McDonald's down the street for me than there was for Epic Universe. And instead, they ended up having like a big grand opening celebration that only exclusive influencers and media folks were allowed to attend, and then they rolled out the whole red carpet for that, which I'm okay with. I expect them to do that. But they should have probably also done something similar for actual grand opening day. So I think that has put a lot of people off. It kind of turned them off. They kind of got frustrated with that situation. And what's interesting is all those people were invited back to come to the actual grand opening day, and a lot of them chose not to attend. Some of them did. I saw a lot, but a lot of them didn't. So that was kind of a fumble on Universal's part. I really just think it was a fumble. They could have handled grand opening day a little bit better. But and experience-wise, I thought it was amazing because there was nobody there. So for me, I loved it. I can't really complain about it, but it was just a weird situation. I also think there's uncertainty in the economy. There's people that aren't traveling from other countries. They're just not coming to Universal like Universal was expecting. Now, this is also affecting Disney. Disney attendance is down in sales and things as well. They're having issues. So I think that is definitely causing a problem and playing a role in the low attendance and low ticket sales. Now this leads me to annual passes. I mentioned it earlier, let's talk about it. Previously, we were expecting annual passes to hit in January. This is when the sort of single day tickets and things and ticket packages sort of ended in the January timeframe, and so my expectation was, you know what, they might be rolling out annual passes starting next year in January. That may be the ticket depending on how everything goes. But with Universal not seeing the demand for the tickets that they were expecting, and the fact that people really just don't want to buy packages and bundles, and they also don't want to buy a bunch of single day tickets. Like, people want to go to Epic Universe a lot. They don't want to just go 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Like, they probably want to go 10, 15, 20 times by the end of the year, especially locals, which is a lot of Universal's fan base. They don't want to pay $150, $200 per day to go to Epic Universe. They want an annual pass. They're willing to pay a premium for an annual pass to go to Epic Universe. And with school coming up and less people going to be even interested in going to Epic Universe or even the existing parks because, it's vacation season is over, I think we're going to see annual passes available sooner than we thought. I'm thinking we may get an announcement on Epic Universe annual passes as early as July or August. So annual passes being available, maybe starting to be able to use in August or September once everybody's going back to school, vacations are sort of cooling down. I think they're gonna have to bring annual passes to the table much earlier than we were expecting in January. Because as I said, they're going to need them. I just don't think that people are traveling to Epic Universe as much as they were thinking because of all the issues that I mentioned. So this could be good news for us. If you're interested in annual pass, we might be getting them sooner, and I'll be buying it day one for sure because I think Epic Universe is amazing. I do think they need a few things to round it out, and I'm excited to see what's coming next for that, but it's an amazing park. I want to go there. Like, every time I'm there, I'm amazed. Every time I leave, I just want to go back, and so I'm pumped for it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think we're going to get an annual pass soon? Do you think they fumbled how they did opening day with the media stuff? Are you one of the people that's like, I don't want to buy a package just to go to Epic Universe, and I do want to go for more than 1 or 2 days? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this content. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in Epic Universe next time I'm there. Till we see you next time, the noble way is the easy way. Bye-bye, everybody.